and welcome to HCN Evening News Bulletin with me, Clinton D'Souza, and here are the top stories. This is a story about two sports personalities who have made Goa proud and won national and international level championships, medals without the support of any government official or the sports ministry or any sports authority. It was the effort and hard work put in by themselves, by their parents and supporters. This is a story of two sisters, Chanel Crizel and Claudia Crizel, hailing from Karansalan, who have made Goa proud in the sport of rugby. Speaking to Herald and HCN, both the sisters spoke about their journey and how they made India proud without the support of any sports department. Watch this exclusive story here.
So she would come home from practice and we would pass the ball around. And when I went for my first session, I already knew what to do. So I fell in love with the sport there and I started playing, and I went for my first nationals in 2018 for touch. And from there, I think I just got to attach to the sport. Like if I missed rugby practice, I would be at home crying and begging mama to drop me for practice. And having Claudia playing before me, they started motivating me a lot more than what she got when she started playing. My father has played contact before for CCFC, yeah. So he already knew about the sport, and then it's just they motivated me because they saw that I was good at it, and I went for athletics to improve my speed so that I could get selected for the Indian team, which is exactly what I did, and it's exactly what happened.
Okay, during this journey, what was the support that you have received? Because we know that initially when you went, you didn't have so much support. Even now, there's hardly much recognition given to you. So what do you have to say on that? Do you think that rugby is not given that much of support compared to the other sports in Goa?
Rugby is less recognized as compared to football, athletics and cricket in Goa, which is quite disappointing because we're going for nationals and we're ranking much higher than any other Goan team is ranking at nationals. And we've gone for an international and we've come back with a second, which it's a big deal because you've gone for an international tournament and you're playing a contact sport. So I think that we should be given a lot more recognition than we are, and a lot more support from the government, because right now we don't have anything. Money, like it was very hard for my family to pay for what I needed, like kit, which if the government noticed that a lot earlier and they started funding me, things would have been a little easier on my family personally.
So what do you have to say about women in sports? Do you think women are recognized compared to the men?
We are recognized, but the men are recognized on a larger scale. It's like I mentioned earlier, they think that men can do a lot better than the women, which is not true because we come and we rank better than they do.
Regarding this, I think it's something that a new sport, a growing sport would have to do, initially to get some kind of recognition, get our feet somewhere and, start somewhere. But I don't think it would continue these many years down the line. For a little while, we had a title sponsor, we were very comfortable, things were going great, and after the pandemic, the pandemic definitely hit rugby hard because it's so difficult to fund a ground for a simple practice training now. I think the last Sunday we had two of the senior men's team players booked the ground for us so that we could practice. So those are very little things, but it matters a lot.
How did you go through this of not getting any kind of support from the government, where you had to struggle to make sure that even you get a sponsor for your kit? What will be your appeal also, and how did that create an impact?
So for starters, I did not have a sponsorship for my kit. I went for camp when we hadn't even completed a year of Rugby India. So I went very early in that period. But once I was there, we were well taken care of at camp. I think that's something that Rugby India has made sure of. But I've seen the improvement and change in the standard of our accommodation from that international camp to the next one. Because as soon as we performed at that camp, the Orissa government took such a huge initiative, and they sponsor us now. They sponsor Rugby India. Not just Orissa, they sponsor Rugby India. So the government of Orissa has done something really amazing, and I hope that sometime soon that the government of Goa will, take a similar kind of initiative. Now, I'm not saying sponsor Rugby India, but
At least
help
Rugby
us
Goa.
out a bit, because we are doing well.
Financially, there is no much support. The parents have to unite and support the players out there. What you have to say, being a part of as a coach, what are the difficulties that you faced or you think that should be changed?
See, first things, it's great to see the parents of the kids pitching in to grow the sport. But that's not enough. What we lack is a training ground. A training ground costs money. What we lack is equipment, whether it's self or whether it's for the team. We need money for that. We sometimes live on donations. That's not good enough, because anytime a team that goes out of Goa, a minimum of at least 1 lakh is what we need. Even in terms of I would say players insurance, welfare, we all need money, because there's injuries that happen. We need to take care of the kids. Even for the rehab also we need that. Nutritional supplements, we require money for that. So it's all about funds. It's all about sponsorship that we require.
So have you met or demanded or requested the authorities or the government in the past to give us a ground or give us some financial assistance? What was the reply that you have received?
We did ask for a ground a year back or 2 years back, before the COVID hit us. Benolim football ground was told that we would give it to us, but it didn't happen. But still, for any SHG ground, we have to pay for it. A nominal fee is always charged. But even to host a tournament, for kids, it costs us money. And so we need at least an initial donation to boost our training and development.
What will be your, the last question, what will be your demand or request to the government or the sports authority now?
I would say number one, give us a ground. That's one. Two, give us the equipment and infrastructure we require, which doesn't cost too much. And second, give us a grant where we could at least some kind of monetary grant where we could at least take our kids out to play against other states.
The BJP had 5 years to accomplish this. Then why it was all these announcements are being made just 4 months ahead of the polls? Clearly, BJP is nervous at the kind of overwhelming response that Goa's Trinamool Congress is getting. Hence, they hesitate to make big as announcement, but the Chief Minister should know that Goans can no longer be taken for a ride. The citizens of Goa are well aware that this is nothing but another pre-poll announcement, says TM's leader Yatish Naik.
The unemployment scenario is affecting so many livelihoods of the people. The aspirations of the youth are crashed. And now recently the Chief Minister has made a statement that the job recruitment process will be completed and expedited. I want to tell the people of Goa that these assurances of the Chief Minister and the BJP leadership have been going on for quite some time. This government under Pramod Sawant has been in power for the last 3-4 years. Nothing has happened. People are left in the lurch. And now that elections are 4 months down, they are again making these promises that we'll give jobs to people. People are wise, and this government cannot fool the people at all times. They should understand that these hollow promises are exposed, and people are very clear that they are not going to buy these hollow promises. Now, as far as another initiative of this government is concerned, the Sarkar Tumcha Dari, now administration has collapsed. The government offices which are supposed to be the interface between the people and the government, that is the basic offices of administration, they are not rendering any public service. Nobody is there to be sensitive about people's aspirations and concerns, and so to say the administration is not existing. And this sort of a farce that is being done in the name of Sarkar Tumcha Dari, people of the state are seeing through this. People of the state have understood.
Goa's most trusted, loved, and the highest circulated English daily, completed 38 years on the 10th of October 2021, that's today. O Heraldo is the most loved and read news daily in Goa and known as the voice of the people of Goa.
Shout out with joy to the Lord. Shout out with joy to the Lord. Today will be a joyful day. Shout out with joy to the Lord.
I don't say business, the herald activities. You all can be secure that you are working, which is for a concern which is looking after you. Therefore, is your obligation to pray for the concern. That herald should come up, up, up. Those family would live a life of grace. Make more efforts to sustain you in whatever you are thinking.
Ave Maria, gracia plena, Dominus tecum, benedicta tu.
But all I like to say is, even though everyone, there are some people who contribute very largely towards the company, everyone has a role to play. Everyone plays a part. And I thank everyone present here, both who are here right now and who have since left us. Me and my family truly appreciate all the effort that has gone to keeping this paper alive through this very, very difficult time. It has not been easy for any one of us. The decisions are tough, but as long as we all stay together, work towards keeping this paper alive, we have a role to play in this state. A media organization is an extremely powerful thing, and we, my family, takes our role in Goa very seriously. So I hope that you all recognize the importance of the work that we do here and continue to keep this paper alive, I guess. Anyways, thank you all. And a pat on the back to everyone just like last time.
And now here, we present you the roundup of the week. This roundup will have the top stories of this week. Well, the state is gradually overcoming the low phase of tourism with unprecedented and arrivals of domestic tourists, but it faces a major threat of possible increase of COVID-19 cases. For the standard operating procedure, the SOPs laid down by the government are thrown in the wind. Visitors at shopping venues, beaches, eatery outlets, and other public places are bluntly violating the COVID-19 norms.
Are we inviting third wave of COVID-19 as SOPs are flaunted openly and the authorities are silent? While the state is gradually overcoming the low phase of tourism with unprecedented arrivals of domestic tourists but faces a major threat of possible increase of COVID-19 cases as the SOPs laid down by the government are thrown in the wind. Look at these pictures.
This picture was clicked on Sunday at Baga Beach. The picture says it all, how SOPs are flaunted openly while no one is bothered about COVID-19. This is a direct invitation for third wave. But look at this visual. This was on Sunday, late evening. This is outside the casino entry in the capital city. Look at the crowd. There is no social distancing. Many are even not seen wearing masks on their face. Take a look. Goa police have arrested all 4 accused persons who were involved in the last night gang war in Kalangut. All 4 arrested are history cheaters and have many criminal cases registered against them in the past. All 4 have been arrested in the Kalangut gang war within 12 hours. The Goa police have arrested all 4 accused persons who were involved in the late night gang war in Kalangut yesterday. All 4 arrested are history cheaters and have many criminal cases registered against them in the past, says North Goa SP. The police have arrested Tarzan Parsekar, Surya Kamli, and Imran Bepari, along with an unknown person, sprayed pepper spray into the complainant's eyes and further, in their common intention, assaulted the complainant to his right leg thigh and right ankle with a chopper, thereby causing bleeding injuries. The accused number 1, that is Tarzan Parsekar, was carrying a sword. The accused number 2, Surya Kamli, assaulted the complainant on his stomach with an iron rod, and accused number 3 was inciting the other 3 accused persons to assault the complainant. The accused Tarzan Parsekar is a resident of Nagwa, who is a history cheater of Anjuna police station, was placed under arrest after being apprehended at Kalangut, whereas the other 3 accused persons, namely Suryakant Kamli as Surya, age 53, a resident of Sankerwadi, Taligaon, Imran Bepari, age 30, resident of Ubodando, Santa Cruz, and Surya Shetty, age 45, a resident of St. Kaitan Wado, Mercedes, were located at Pedne in the wee hours of the morning and taken into custody by a special police team of Kalangut Police Station headed by PI Nolasco Raposo, comprehending of Head Constable Vinay, Head Constable Devidas, Shalankar, Suresh Naik.
Kalangut police station immediately responded to that disturbance, and on the spot the staff of Kalangut police station led by PI Rapos, they apprehended one criminal by the name of Tarzan Parsekar, who is from Nagwa. Later on it was learned that there were 3 other criminals who had come here for creating this disturbance. Immediately a team under PI Rapos was dispatched to Pednem police station area, where it was found that their location could be. In late night operation, the staff apprehended all 3 criminal persons who were involved and wanted in that case. An FIR is registered under 326 IPC and also under Arms Act. Further investigation and recovery of weapons is ongoing, and we will take strict action. There is zero tolerance to these kind of criminal elements who are disturbing peace. It is understood that they have other cases also, and we will take strict legal action against all of them. I congratulate the team of Police Station Kalangut for their excellent investigation and detection. He is currently out on bail and he is involved in some heinous offences. He is a repeat offender. There are strict provisions in law for dealing with repeat offenders. It would not be right for me to disclose what we are going to do, but we have made up our minds. We have consulted PP and the PI, and we are going to take action so that such things are not tolerated ever again.
Sir, can we call it gang war because both sides are criminals?
It is not correct to call it gang war. These are criminal elements who had come here and got into some sort of a fight, and we are investigating very objectively. It is too early to say about about deeper investigation. Only deeper investigation will reveal other aspects, but it is not gang war.
Where's Siddhi Naik death case investigation heading? This is the question that everyone is asking. HCN Herald spoke to women activists and complainant Arda Vegas to follow up on Siddhi Naik's death case. It is shocking that most of the CCTVs near the beach were not working that night when the incident occurred. It's also sad that no one is willing to come forward and provide information to the police as the investigation is on, she added.
CCTVs conveniently shut on the night of Siddhi Naik death incident, says Outer Vegas. Where's Siddhi Naik death case investigation heading to? This is one question that everyone is asking in the state. HCN and Herald spoke to women activists and complainant, that is Outer Vegas, to follow up on Siddhi Naik's death case. It was shocking that most of the CCTVs near the beach were not working at the night when the incident occurred. It is also sad that no one is willing to come forward and provide necessary information to the police as their investigation is on, said woman activist Outer Vegas. She also added that police must reinvestigate and reinterrogate the people.
I have also been following it up with the police because after the report on the complaint filed by us, after the post-mortem report was given to us, we filed a complaint of murder with the father's name. Now that has to be investigated. Now to get that investigated, I've been following up with the police practically every 15 days. And the feedback that I get from them is that they are at it, but they're clueless about where was the girl on the last day, on the day after she went missing. Where was she? Because the death seems to have occurred somewhere in early hours of the morning. Now, there is no one coming forward to say where she was seen last. There is no one coming forward who knows something and who is willing to share with the police. Because we also must understand one thing, that the police are not magicians. They're not going to sit there, turn some wheel and get the magic done. The thing is, we concerned people of Goa have also to cooperate with the police, and whatever we know about the case has to be shared with the police. Then only we can hold the police accountable for not doing their work. I spoke to Mr. Rakus today itself. I also keep speaking to him now and then, and he has assured me that the investigation is on. I've also made a suggestion that they should call some of the people that they had called earlier and reinvestigate them. Talk to them, find out. No.
So you said that you have been in touch with the police also. So did the police give you any information to where the case has actually gone ahead now? Whether the case is gone ahead or the case is still over there and they are still saying we are investigating?
They are saying we are investigating. I will have to trust them. That's all that I can do, because when investigations are going on, you don't get a peep into it. Because investigations have to be done silently, carefully, and the truth has to come out. We have to know what happened to Siddhi. There could be so many other Siddhis after this. Like I've said earlier, I'm saying it again. It could be another Mahanand in action. So what I'm saying is the police need to investigate in a serious and concentrated manner. There's no question of people are not coming forward doesn't mean it's the end of the story. The reason they say is that the CCTV cameras all along the beachside were not working on that particular night, particular evening. So they are clueless there. But I'm appealing to people now. If you know anything about Siddhi, please bring it to the notice of the investigating officer. Please bring it to the notice of the Kalangut police. Give them a hand. Let them tell Goa what happened to Siddhi Naik. We want to know what happened to her. Therefore, the men that they had called some men earlier. They should call those men back again and investigate with them. Find out from them. Do it seriously, please. Because we are not going to leave any stone unturned till we know what happened to Siddhi Naik. We are just a matter of time away.
Ma'am, my last question is that what do you think all of a sudden only one day, that one particular night or day, only that day the CCTVs were not working? Because however they tried to search the CCTV footage, but everyone's were not working that day. Do you think something is suspicious out there on this note?
Yes, if you look at it objectively, it looks suspicious. To me, it looks suspicious, and that is one reason they need to investigate if a bigger hand is involved. They need to do it seriously. They cannot just say that CCTV were not working only on that night. How is it possible? How is it possible? Who meddled with them?
Okay.
So I think,
Yeah. What do you?
I'm appealing,
Hmm. Hmm.
appealing to our minister, get the police to pull up their socks and let them do this with the seriousness that it deserves. No death of any woman should go unexplained. That will be a precedent for many others.
And now for the weather forecast. The Indian Meteorological Department in its forecast said that Goa will receive moderate rainfall for the next 24 hours.
और अभी मानसून विड्रॉवल के बारे में डिस्कस करेंगे तो द नॉर्मल डेट ऑफ withdrawal of monsoon from Goa is 14th of October, and the withdrawal should ideally start from northwestern part of the country from around 17th September, लेकिन इस बार डिले हुआ है और as on 7th October ये वेस्ट राजस्थान के और नॉर्थ गुजरात के कुछ एरिया तक ही विड्रॉवल हुआ है. And it is expected that in the coming 3 to 4 days the withdrawal may come even up to Madhya Pradesh region, and further withdrawal will be based on prevailing conditions, and that will be informed accordingly. And apart from that, if we speak about weather systems in the coming days, there is possibility of a low pressure area to form over Andaman Sea near the Bay of Bengal area, and it is very likely to intensify further and move towards Andhra Pradesh Orissa coast in the following 4 to 5 days from 10th October. So accordingly the weather patterns may change over Goa too, so please be updated with the warnings and information shared by IMD. All the information is available on IMD's social media accounts and on its website. Please be regularly updated. Because of the circulation that was mentioned earlier, जैसे कि ईस्ट सेंट्रल अरेबियन सी के नियर नाइबरहुड में जैसे वो साइक्लोनिक सर्कुलेशन है, उसके कारण ईस्ट सेंट्रल अरेबियन सी और कोस्ट ऑफ केरला एंड कर्नाटका, ये दोनों जगह पे 7th और 8th अक्टूबर को विंड स्पीड 40 to 50 किलोमीटर्स पर आवर गस्टिंग टू 60 किलोमीटर्स पर आवर हो सकते हैं. इसलिए फिशरमैन आर रिक्वेस्टेड नॉट टू वेंचर इनटू दीज एरियाज on 7th and 8th of October.
Well, that's all we have in today's HCN Evening News Bulletin. Thank you for watching HCN.